Hello and welcome back to the Gunnaz Podcast. And in this episode, I'll be talking about the fact that Reggae Boy star Leon Bailey and French superstar Kylian Mbappe don't see eye to eye.
Big up Gunnaz Podcast.
The Gunnaz Podcast.
If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Follow us at 876 Gunnaz on Instagram and TikTok. And if you want to support us monetarily, you can do so by buying us a coffee. The link is below in the description. So basically, the reason I'm making this video is because news basically came out that Kylian Mbappe doesn't agree with players being paid to represent their national team. And this is the quote that I'll have up on the screen for you guys to see. His quotes were, players should not earn money for defending their national team. So a whole lot of people were reaching out to me and they were like, hey, what do you think about this? Do you think Mbappe is right? What are your thoughts on Mbappe's comments? So personally, I would say that I get his perspective, but I don't agree with his statement. I get his perspective because of the fact that he earns $1.2 million per week. So him taking money from his national team when he earns that amount of money for his club, I can see where maybe I don't want to say guilt, but I might see the reason why he doesn't feel he needs to take money from his national team. And that's okay. If he doesn't want to take money from his national team, then that's fine. You make enough money. If you want to take the money that your national team gives you to give back to the country and to the fans, because that's another thing that he said as well. He prefers if the money is given to the fans and those who want to support the team, or the money is pumped into doing something for them. So from that perspective, I can get where he's coming from. However, his statement wasn't just about him. His statement was for players in general, and that is where I have to draw the line and step over that line into disagreeing with him. Because, again, his perspective I get, but if you're going to talk about players generally, I would have to disagree. And mainly because, as I said, he earns 1.2 million a week. And I think that's euros, 1.2 million euros a week. The average player and the regular player that's going out to represent their national team does not earn the same amount of money or even close to that amount of money that Kylian Mbappe is making. He's literally a superstar. He's a level above the regulars. A lot of people or a lot of players won't make that much money he makes in a month in their entire career. So that's the level that we're talking about. So his statement about players in general should not earn for defending their national team, I just have to disagree about it. And I have to take Leon Bailey's side with the fact that some points that Leon Bailey made, like, my point is, it's a profession. Football is a profession. As much as we see it as a sport that we love, we have to understand that football is a profession. It is a career. And after these players leave football, they literally have to find different ways to continue with their lives. They have to think about investing. They have to think about if they want to become a pundit, if they want to become a coach, if they want to go to school, university. There are so many things that, if they want to start businesses, there are so many things that players have to do from, say, the age of 35, the average age of retiring, all the way up until whenever, right? To keep themselves active, to keep their mind fresh, because it's all good and well having money, but if you don't have a purpose in life, that money is nothing. So, again, I disagree with Kylian Mbappe, and I have to take the side of Leon Bailey, because even in Leon Bailey's interview on the Let's Be Honest podcast, big up Jeffrey, he mentioned the fact that just coming to represent the national team has a negative effect on his club career, and his club career is his longer career, and that is the career that is going to allow him to set a legacy for his name, to even help Jamaica, to put Jamaica bigger in the football world, and also to help himself financially the more he grows. So anyone would prioritize their club football earnings or prioritize their club football career over, say, the national team in terms of like what's more important. Not saying that they shouldn't go to represent their national team. However, there is a level of importance if you want to look at it career-wise. And the things that Leon Bailey mentioned were injuries. So not every player is going to go and play on good pitches like Kylian Mbappe is in France. African players have to go to Africa. CONCACAF players come to CONCACAF and the pitch is just poor. It exposes them to injury. You see me? So that's one thing. Also, the travel time. Not, again, just like Kylian, not a lot of people or a lot of players don't have the luxury of just being able to go from here to here in Europe. Some of them have to go to South America. Some of them have to go to the Caribbean. Some of them have to go to Asia, Australia, all over the world, Africa. And those have long flights. The players experience jet lag. Sometimes Leon Bailey himself said this in the Let's Be Honest podcast, that he knows whenever he comes back from national duty, he won't start the next game for Aston Villa because the coach just doesn't want to play him because of the fact that he had to travel that long, the time difference, maybe jet lag. So he already has that expectation that when I go for the national team, my next club game, I won't be starting. So those are things that weigh on players' minds, and those are the reasons why for average players and for the regular player, getting compensation from their national team is very important. So those are my thoughts on this issue, guys. Please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about all of this. And if you're new here and if you made it this far, please remember to like the video, subscribe if you love content like this. If you want to get on it or get onto the Gunnaz Podcast, reach out to us on social media at 876gunnaz on Instagram and TikTok. You can also email us if you have queries. Our email will be below in the description. And if you want to support us monetarily, you can do so by buying us a coffee. The link will be below in the description. So again, guys, who's right? Do you agree with Leon Bailey or Kylian Mbappe? Leave your comments down below. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Big up Gunnaz Podcast.
The Gunnaz Podcast.